Michael. His father changed it to Martin.
Exactly.
I had a twin brother who died in '96, and we found out upon his death that I was Michael and he was Martin. So, but anyway, what I'm trying to get you focus on is that the state of the union of a black America right now is this. We have immigrants that comes in this country illegally, they have broken the law, and they fill out applications to get jobs. And they say they have no criminal record. Well, you're a lie. When you came into this country illegal, you broke the law. They're given amnesty by the government, Bush, and we elected these people, the Democrats, to change the position in the war in Congress, and we've seen that with the power they had, they still went with Bush.
That's right.
They went against what we voted them to do.
Exactly.
Therefore, I have to come to the realization that my vote no longer mean anything, and what you said is true.
Amen.
But I just want to continue for 1 minute. You know, when the Mexicans came over here to get jobs, that was not a problem. But when you start using the competitive wage scale to lower my scale, it became a problem. We're no longer friends. I'm not going to pretend we're friends. Once you violated that oath that's already in standing, then there could be no compromise with war. If you look at Los Angeles right now, there is a war going on between the Mexicans and the black, and to a point where they're dying.
That's right.
One is killing the other. Because you come over here, first illegally, that government give you amnesty, and we can't break the law like they can break the law.
Absolutely.
And they give you amnesty only to disenfranchise us.
That's right.
And then we tried to come together with you guys and try to create a dialogue so we can meet on common grounds. And one lady said on Miss White's show, WAOK, that there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it because they give it to us and we're going to take it. Well, you a damn lie. That's right. Because let me tell you why you're lying. It was our people who marched in the 60s and 70s and got the Civil Rights Acts that you're under protection today. You know what I'm talking about? And King said he went to the nation to give them a check marked insufficient fund. Well, hell, Bush got $1 trillion, get it all right. That's right. Something ain't right about this picture. Somebody telling a damn lie. You know, you have these countries over here setting up for employment and trade. What they're doing, they're hiring these illegal, they're hiring these other immigrants to disenfranchise us and to bring stuff like happening in China, like Walmart, sweatshops, to bring that kind of attitude to the United States. And I want to say to these companies these companies that participate in this, once you disenfranchise the American people from the job, who in the hell gonna buy your product? And remember this, when it's all said and done, they can go back home, and guess what? It's gonna be me and you together, and there ain't gonna be no friendship at all.
Okay, thank you, we appreciate that. You know, Dr. Thrasher, you work in so many different areas. Now you paving a new path, psychological profiling, psychology. When we talk about, and you dealing, even when we went to Valdosta, people were coming to you about the issue of, what is it called? The bipolar disorder. Talk to us about who defines truth and mental illness in America.
Well, actually, when you ask that question, what is truth? Is whatever you believe. The next thing is I was listening to Mark, and it's interesting as to
give us a wide shot, please.
What he said. It's unfortunate Mark is just a little bit wrong. Actually, the people who are coming over here called Mexicans, they have a right. They have a right.
Under what law that is, sir?
They don't need no law because white folks went over in their country and incited war.
But the law.
Let him finish. Okay, they came back and even to L.A. America took that from them. Look at the Indians.
That's right.
Who was all down here and all in this country, everywhere you could name. Right. White folks took that. That's but we are the ones who are here. We're the ones, listen carefully. Why? Because they brought you folks here on the ship. Right. And they forced them to come. They forced them to take the disease in their arm, vaccine. So when you ask the question, we are in no position to challenge them. We are in no position. They would pack us up and dump us in wherever before they do the Mexicans. The Mexicans are more together. If you think I'm lying, let's go out the Beaufort Highway.
That's
They
right.
got it established. We're the ones that are running like wild animals.
Right.
And so what's so sad about it is we don't have, and I've listened to this. When you go from any organization now that was in existence, say 6 years back up until now, not one black leader can really stand up and say, I'm clean. Everybody's hands are dirty. Every one of them hands are dirty. You name it, every black organization leader, hands is really dirty.
That's right.
And I just found out yesterday, we were sold out by somebody we thought we could trust at a meeting. We found that out yesterday. So what we got here is an opportunity to stand up on this program and holler out. You know, even the Vietnamese said when you was over there in Vietnam, black man, why are you here fighting us?
Right.
You have no stake in this war.
That's right.
Where is your country? We can't even say it right now. They hit on it. You don't have no country.
Right.
You don't have not one. You don't have a star. Black folks don't have a star on that flag. Hawaii, Alaska.
Right.
Where is it? We don't have no star. So when we go to saying about the Mexicans, they have a right to be here.
True.
Why? Because of their forefathers and forefathers who fought. Pancho Villa, and then the revolution goes on. So, you know, when we talk about truth, per se, and mental disorder, America is a sick country, meaning the ones who head up the country is a group of sick folk. And unfortunately, we are caught up in it, and we don't want to get out of it. We don't want to get out of it, because when you go to talking about getting out of it, usually you get all kinds of rhetoric. And it's unfortunate we are caught up in a situation that makes no sense. And we are buying into it. We believe buying a home is the way to go. And come to find out, you don't own nothing about that home.
Right.
You don't own the land. You buy a car. You don't own anything. So when we go to talking about the Mexicans, the Cubans, or any other nationality, it ain't to be dealt with, because the fact of it is, like he said, the young Mexican boy said to me not too long ago. He said, where's your country, black man?
Right.
He said, I got one to go to. He said, but it's easy for me to come here and make the money and then take it back to my home. We can't take it nowhere.
We won't take it.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Just hold on. Prince Zebekiah, and I appreciate the enthusiasm, and we'll get a chance to make a response. You know, when we talk about this issue of our people, the descendants of the Hebrews, the present slaves, and our ancestors being former slaves,
That's right.
What say you about who defines truth and mental illness in America?
My brother, you know, when we look at the whole scene, truth deals with what's right and what's wrong. And this issuing of laws that they established in this government, the first law that was broken was us being kidnapped from the continent of Africa and brought here to this country and never being connected with Africa.
There you go.
The punishment for kidnapping before the creator of heaven and earth is death.
Thank you.
So they issue us laws, they lock us up off the laws that they create when they broke one of the greatest laws in the world.
Thank you.
Huh? Which is, and they should be paid by death. Because number one, in the Civil War, they sort of said they freed us, but they didn't let us go back to the land that they took us from.
Thank you.
Faye was talking about Africa, you know, and a lot of brothers would get upset about Africa, but when we begin to deal, even Israelite brothers get upset about Africa, what they don't understand was Israel was a part of Africa.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So when we talk about Africa,
Or Kemet.
right, we had to go, they snatched us from a continent. And as you were speaking earlier, most people think of Africa as a country. But Africa is an entire continent that deals with black people and even some white people.
Thank you.
all right? So now we have to begin to deal with history and look at what has happened to us and what has set us in the condition that we're in. The most important thing, though, is we need to go back to find out, because we all talk about